my money, my cigarette, and I haven't seen the worst of it yet. I want to know, won't you tell me? I love to see. Oh, take me to the river, drop me in the water.
Come on, everybody can sing.
Take me to the river, drop me in the water. I don't know why you treat me so bad. All the things that we could have had. Love is an ocean that I can't forget. My sweet 16 I will never regret. I want to know, won't you tell me? I love to stay, yeah. Take me to the river, drop me in the water. Take me to the river, drop me in the water. Hug me, squeeze me, love me, tease me till I can't, till I can't, till I can't take no more. Take me to the river, drop me in the water. Yeah, take me to the river, drop me in the water. Oh, take me to the river. Oh yeah. Drop me in the water. Take me to the river.
Here we go now.
Drop me in the water.
Yeah.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love.
Good morning, hello. Happy Cinco de Mayo. May 5th celebrates Mexico's victory over the Second French Empire at the Battle of Puebla in 1862. We have some people that have traveled far and wide to get here today, so we're just super happy to see them. And we have Reverend Heidi in the house. Reverend Heidi is going to speak. She's going to be our speaker, I think, May 26th, is it? Yeah, yes. So in the U.S., this holiday has become associated with Mexican-American culture. So it's a day for us to honor our heritage, our Mexican heritage, and celebrate Mexican history. So this is our time to greet each other. Turn to the person next to you. If you don't know who they are, just introduce yourself and say hello. And I'm going to say hello to everyone online. We're so grateful that you are here. We know that you are here by divine appointment. And we know there is only one presence and one power active in the universe and active in my life, God the good. And Rick is going to sing about that with the 5
let's all
basics.
sing, actually.
Yay. Here we go. Stand up.
All right, get out of your seats, everybody, for a second here. God is good, good in every wall, and a thought can change your water into wine. Prayer and meditation make it easy to feel, but you gotta walk the talk and make it real. That's right. This is the 5 basics, the Unity 5 basics. God is good, more time. God is good. God is good. Good in everyone. And a thought can change your water into wine. Prayer and meditation make it easy to think. You gotta walk the talk to make it real.
Thank you.
All right.
Aren't these guys
I like
amazing?
I like that entrance music.
They are amazing. So we are going to settle down into our seats at this moment. And let's just take a deep breath, a collective breath, and just to allow ourselves to be present. And join me in an opening prayer. So you can close your eyes if you like. Beloved and mighty, I am Christ's presence. We come together today to celebrate with one another, to remind each other of our unique individuality as well as our divine spiritual identity. We recognize the oneness, the unity in all things, and we know with absolute certainty that we can never be separated from the consciousness of divine love, the one power and presence that flows in, out, through, and as each one of us. Thank you, God, for this sacred time together, for this beautiful space, this slice of heaven on earth we call Unity of the Oaks. Thank you for the joy and fellowship, for the music and message, and for the blessing of each person present. We are so grateful. We're so grateful for this container of love. And so it is. Amen.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Gail. I'm not Ann today. And I'm available. I'm one of the members of the Unity of the Oaks prayer team. I'll be available to pray with you after this service. Now let's prepare for our time of meditation with the reading of the daily word. The daily word is imagination. Today's date, May 4th, 2024. And the affirmation is, my imagination empowers me to envision my good. The word imagination may bring fantasies and daydreams to mind. So much more than an idle pursuit, imagination is a powerful spiritual tool and an aspect of my divine inheritance. I am creative, realizing I can bring into manifestation what I imagine through the power of my thinking and feeling. I feel empowered as I focus my consciousness on what I want to bring into my life. I am giving shape and form to what I wish to experience. My thoughts and feelings, coupled with my faith and vision, become my life's experience. I am inspired to use my imagination mindfully, aware of my ability to bring my boldest dreams to vivid life. I visualize joy, abundance, and harmony unfolding, fulfilling my imagination. So whatever the man called every living creature, that was its name, from Genesis 2:19. Thank you. And I'll be the prayer chaplain after church if anyone wants to pray. Thank you so much.
I love that Summer found a lighthouse for our meditation today, since we're going to be talking about Lily's Lighthouse. So I'm going to invite you to just settle in for our time of meditation. Just relax in your seat or wherever you are. If you're lying on your couch at home, just join us in this time. Sit comfortably and allow your eyes to close. Relax your body. Say hello to your inner self. Just say hello. Imagine yourself wrapped up in your favorite cozy blanket, in your favorite spot, resting and secure. Soften your shoulders. Release any tension across your forehead, your eyes. Relax your jaw. Breathe and relax even deeper into this now moment. Take your awareness inward and just feel your breath flowing in and out. We're coming home to this moment, to this beautiful vessel of our body. So check in with yourself. Ask yourself the question, how am I doing today? Allow the wisdom of your inner voice to answer. Continue calmly breathing in a slow and steady fashion. Allow yourself to drop gently into your heart space by bringing your awareness to the center of your chest. You may even want to rest a hand over your heart. Send the breath down to your heart consciously. Let your heart know you are here to listen to whatever it may have to say to you today. Now start to consider a question rising deep from within you. A question that may be on your heart. You might ask yourself, what is my heart's desire today? What am I longing for? Now
ask yourself, what change would I like to see? Or you can ask a different question. What do I want to release? What do I want to attract? What do I wish to transform or change? If you're not entirely clear, just take the pressure off yourself. Let it go. Whatever you have asked for is the spark of your intention, and your intention is enough. Settle a little deeper. Take a couple of long breaths. Let the breath flow deeply within you. Release outcome of the way the answers will reach you. Just asking the question is enough. Ask, and you shall receive. Let go of how and when. Spirit will always support you and guide you into a state whenever you are ready to receive the answers. You may hear something later in the day when you leave this space. You will have your answers in the perfect divine timing. Your own inner advisor is always listening and hears your every word and will always answer your call. Guidance is available to you always. All you simply need to do is ask. Inhale again. Let your attention rise up through your body, all the way to the crown of your head. And exhale fully without force. Let the breath roll out of you like a wave. And let your imagination picture the sky above you just before the dawn of the day. It might be dark and blue with stars still floating about. And you start to see the sun rise and the light peeking through. Know that this new day will bring the answers to your questions. You can rest in this knowing. The light you see is the energy of every question and every intention. The light is dawning in you right now. You feel peaceful, and each breath propels you forward into a deeper place of peace. Take another breath. This one is filled with gratitude for the time of this connection. Now we slowly bring our awareness back into our body, back into this now moment, holding on to the feeling of peace in our heart and in our mind. Just begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Shift your attention to this sacred space and the beautiful souls around you. When you are ready, open your eyes, feeling refreshed and renewed. Thank you.
In every moment of creation, dreams are being born. So close your eyes, imagine it's your dreams taking form. when you can align the designs in your mind, then you can have it all. So keep imagining till what you see can bring your pictures, your visions to life. Every idea you mold into your pot of gold, creating your heaven on earth. Every spark of inspiration can ignite a fire strong enough to light your imagination, and the flames burn on and on. When you can align the designs in your mind, then you create it all. So keep imagining till what you see can bring your pictures, your visions to life. Every idea can mold into your pot of gold, creating your heaven on earth. And once you see it, take action. Every step you become your dream, your dream. So keep imagining your pictures, your visions to life. Keep imagining, create your heaven on earth. Sherry wrote that.
I have never heard anyone else sing it, Rick. That just made me verklempt. That made me verklempt. Thank you. Thank you. I love to sing, but it's not easy to do if I'm talking. Moving back and forth. So, because we're going to have a special screening of our movie, Lily's Light, I thought this would be a good time to sort of talk to you about how it was developed and where the inspiration came. And as I was revisiting it, I saw a through line. And I thought, that's the message. Because just sharing it, even though it's wonderful, and I love to share it, and a lot of you have seen it. A lot of you may have even seen the original pilot that was on PBS, and some of you have seen the new version of the feature film. But a lot of you don't even know what Lily's Light the movie is, right? How many of you don't know what it is? Okay, look at that. Okay, so this message is for you. But I noticed that in the process of this developing, I went through quite a lot of transformation inwardly. Because in order for this to happen, this was not just an entertainment project for me. This was a spiritual journey. And this journey turned me into Lily. And Lillian is my first name, so that's where Lily came from. But I equate Lily as my inner higher self, as the person I want to be. And I had to really grow to play Lily, even though I've been an actor for many years. So let's start at some of this. Lily's Light is a family musical feature that takes place in an enchanted lighthouse foster home. Kind of like the old woman in the shoe, right? It has a multicultural and multi-generational cast of zany characters and exotic pets that talk. And it's really about creating a family outside of our blood relations. It's a non-traditional family. Lilly is the keeper of the lighthouse and the foster mom to a group of incredible, incredible kids. And in the movie, you get to see when they were young and when they grew up, because we shot it in a 10-year span. We used the original pilot, and then we did a wraparound story that told the today, what happens. And Rick is also in the movie. And a lot of faces that you'll recognize from Unity. Lilly's Light had two missions. It came to me very strongly, an earthly mission and a spiritual mission. The earthly mission was to advocate for the challenges that face foster youth. And that was something I had in my own background, so it was really important to me, and I felt it very clear. And it also was about using the tools of love, joy, and laughter to share unity principles of oneness, unconditional love, and the divine spark of light that is in us. So the song that we sang last week, Spark of Light, is, I think, the closing song in the movie Lilly's Light. It's a different version of it, but I've mentioned before that my journey to discovering my passion was something that happened in a way that's different from most people. I sort of fell into my career, and it was very motivated by a need to prove my worth, as I've shared before. And I was determined to be or make something of myself. I came from that. Wasn't the healthiest perspective, but it opened the door for me, and I was very determined, and I had a lot of success as an actor. And I worked in New York, and I worked in LA. I wanted to be a song and dance girl, but it was hard to make a living in New York, so I would go to New York. I had an apartment there, and I had a condo in LA. I would spend all my money in New York and come back to LA to do a job. It was like, side note, one time on an airplane, I remember I was early 30s, and I think I had 38 cents, as I recall that number, to my name. And I thought, oh, I'll just get a job when I get back. And I thought, Sherry, you're an actress. You're just going to go get a job? How is that going to happen? It did. But I was suddenly aware at that age that I had become a professional actress, and that was what I did. I just had always thought, well, I'll give this a shot, and if it doesn't work out, I'll find something else to do. But I kept working, so I kept doing it. And then when I woke up to the fact that this is what I do, it was a little scary. It was kind of, so I was a little backwards in the way that I progressed in my career. But I continued to make a good living in Los Angeles, so ultimately I stayed here. In my early 40s, I was at the top of my game. I was on the #1 show on television. I was on Home Improvement. I was married. I was happy. I lived next door to my surrogate mother and really dear friend who just nurtured me and gave me stuff I needed. And suddenly, I thought I should be a lot happier than I am. I'm not fulfilled. What is that about? This is like everything I could have dreamed, and there's something missing. Has anybody been there? Okay, so I also had a pilot that I was asked to do that was for the first time my first producing hat that I was going to wear. And I was super excited about it because it was a part of a music teacher, so I got to sing and be with kids, and those were two of my great passions. So I was really, really excited about that. But that wasn't quite unfolding yet. So I asked God, big question, is this it? Is this what I came here to do? Is this what my path is supposed to be? And I asked that question with such sincerity. I was deep in my heart when I asked that question. I did not know what power that question had. Those questions, there were more than one. Shortly after that question, and I remember this, so it made an imprint on me, everything seemed to fall apart. Everything. My marriage ended. Home Improvement went off the air. The pilot that I was invested my heart and soul into, and my finances and trips to Europe to sell it, suddenly lost its funding. And my surrogate mother transitioned, all at the same time. It was a really dark night of the soul for me, and I was pretty distraught. I couldn't pull myself out. I had a really difficult time adjusting. I was like, found myself asking God questions, sitting in my bed, deeply, why? I thought I was on the right path. Why is this happening to me? Not even happy. I was angry, right? I was really going through one of those moments. Just deep, deep despair. Why is this all happening to me? Why did I plunge myself wholeheartedly into this project to only have it not work? And I heard a voice for the first time in my life say to me, so that you could learn to do it yourself. And I was like, it was a voice, like somebody was right next to me in the other room. I heard that. I'd never in my life had that experience. I picked up a notepad and I was like, don't stop talking. And I just started to write. And I was listening with every intention I had because I didn't want to lose that voice. I didn't know where it was coming from, but I knew it was God, Spirit, higher self. And I wanted to get every word. So I started writing. And an idea for an entire concept came through. I'll tell you another time where some of that came from. I was kind of investigating and reading a lot of books on Saint Germain about the power of the I am and the violet flame. And a lot of what came through, I later realized, was symbolic of what I had been reading. And what was coming through was beautiful. And I trusted that somehow, some way, this was mine to do. And I didn't know how I was going to raise money to do this project. I didn't know where it was going to air. I didn't know if it'd ever get produced. I didn't know anything, but I trusted. And the idea of Lily's Light and a message of unconditional love and unity with a voice for displaced and foster youth, I knew was my purpose. I kind of need a tissue. I'm getting all choked up here. The perfect partners to contribute to this vision financially and creatively, everyone showed up. The actors of my dreams showed up. Mindy Sterling, who was in Austin Powers, the wonderful, wonderful humanitarian and incredible actress that she is. Fred Willard, just amazing people showed up to help me with this project. William Stout, who is just an insanely wonderful production designer, he said, I get you. I get where you're coming from, and I'm here to support the divine feminine that's flowing through you. I was like, what? Even my educational consultant, when he saw all of my spiritual woo-woo, well, this is what's in here, said, let me rewrite this for PBS. It's the same stuff, and you can do it exactly the same way, but we're not going to use the word spiritual. And he turned it all into an educational, what's the word I'm trying to say? My proposal was completely educational. And I was like, wow, you got that? He said, your songs teach, you're teaching modern and American musical theater. You're teaching language arts. You're teaching the words that you have in these songs are all affirmative. And I'm thinking, I'm teaching unity, but they don't have to know that, right? So all of this happened, and I was able to let Spirit guide it every step of the way. Many decisions had to be made, and because I felt like this was a gift to me, it was easier for me to just breathe and listen to the little voices and the little helpers that I had on my shoulders, and that's exactly how it felt to me. So this turned into a 30-minute pilot. I had an amazing investor show up, Art Klein, who passed away a year ago, and his birthday is May 19th, the day I'm getting ordained, which is really special. That turned into an hour special on PBS. They wanted more. The half hour wasn't enough for a one-off, so they asked us to go back and shoot another 30 minutes, which we did. And then I felt a nudge from Spirit that perhaps I should start a nonprofit to support this earthly mission. And I asked the question again, is this what I need to do next? Every time it was, how do I do this? How do I do that? Is this what I'm doing next? I'd get it, I'd get it, I'd get it. And then one of the parents of one of my actors said, we start nonprofits. Would you like to start a nonprofit? I'm like, yes. Lily's Fostering Hearts was born, which was to advocate, to be a hub for a lot of the organizations that are out there doing angel work, hero work to support our youth, because I started to really investigate the need that we had to support the foster system, how difficult it was for people to foster and adopt, and how to make that easier. And I really wanted Lily's Light to be a spark of light in that direction. So we started, when we got the go-ahead from PBS, they gave me interstitial time, which is like commercial time on PBS, but they don't call it that. And I didn't have a budget to produce commercials, so I reached out to Dave Thomas Foundation and all these other wonderful organizations doing great work. And then my heart said, but there's all kinds of organizations that should be represented that don't have money or budget for this. So I pulled together a volunteer crew and a friend to help me write the copy and to help me produce it. I learned to edit, to score, to deliver an interstitial to a national network by myself. I kept thinking someone's going to show up to help me. People would say, oh yeah, I have next week, I can come and help you edit. Meanwhile, I have a deadline, I have to keep doing it. I have to keep going, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to keep doing it. So when that show aired on Christmas Eve night in Los Angeles, 2012, I was proud of the fact that it was on the air, and I was happy that Lily's Light was airing, but I had a budget for Lily's Light. But when those little commercials came on that I produced by myself, I was like, ah! My little Be a Lighthouse campaign made me feel so proud. So it was just so many things that birthed from asking these questions. So now I want to show slide number 2. I relate to and love this quote by Charles Fillmore. I fairly sizzle with zeal, energy, and enthusiasm, eager to do that which ought to be done by me today. Isn't that the best? Because when you're doing what's in your heart to do, what you know is yours to do, you are enthusiastic, you're inspired, and you're happy. I got a text from Mark this morning about something that's brewing in him, and I could feel the zeal and enthusiasm, and I was like, yes, baby. You know, holding that kind of happy focus, listening to my inner guidance, having an attitude of gratitude about everything. I went about doing what was mine to do, even though every step was unfamiliar, and it was the unknown. It was about faith. The real magic, Gay Hendricks says this, and I love it. The real magic is in asking the questions, and I never stopped asking. How do I do this? How do I do that? I felt secure that I would receive the answers and direction. Otherwise, I would have felt like this was too overwhelming to deliver a TV show. I had never done anything like this before in my life. So holding tight to that vision with absolute faith and asking the questions. Here's something that Gay Hendricks says in his book, Conscious Living, which is one of my go-tos. I have it by my bedside. The magic is this: if you ask your big questions with sincerity and all your heart, your life itself will become a living answer to them. And when I read that, right when I'm writing the part about asking these questions with sincerity and all my heart, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I found this quote. I ask questions all day long. Gay figure out the question that you, with all your heart and soul, need to ask. What do you most need to ask? This is your assignment for the week. Don't worry about the answer. Put your attention on the question alone until you come up with one or more that your purpose will be centered around. Does that make sense? Like we did in our meditation today, I wanted to give you a taste of that. When you sit quietly alone and you're meditating, go into your heart and ask those questions. Let your heart speak to you. I've adopted something that Mark Stanton Welch asks, a question that he asked that I just loved and grabbed onto, and it is, how can it get any better than this? And I say it to myself in the mirror every day. How can it get any better than this? And one of the reasons that's so powerful is because Rick pointed out to me, it's got a gratitude statement in it. Because I'm not only asking the universe to show me how it can get better, that's like the thing I'm doing, but I'm also having an attitude of gratitude about the fact that it already is so beautiful. Thank you. It's already so great. So it's a doubly strong question. And ever since Mark gave me that, I've passed that on. Thank you, Mark Stanton Welch. He's going to be here on Father's Day, by the way. Anyway, it's the universe gets a chance to show me how much better it can be every day. I heard another one, too, that it's like, how is my day going to manifest wondrously and beautifully? Any question you ask with anticipation, with expectation, and let it unfold. This is another one that I like. When a negative thought or pattern starts to interrupt my flow, my habit now is to ask, how does this serve me? How does this serve me? I say it out loud to myself. I stop my mind from going down the rabbit hole. And I'll say, how does this serve me? To my head. And then my immediate thought will be next, it doesn't serve you. That's what the little voice will say. This is my pattern. This is my old way of thinking. It doesn't serve you. I hear it. And then I go, then get behind me. Thank you for trying. But we got this. So following the call of Spirit to do Lily's Light, as I've already said, brought me so many gifts and so much inspiration and taught me so many skills. A few years ago, I was approached by a distributor, and he asked if we could turn the hour movie, the one-off for PBS, into a full-length feature. I'm like, all right, I've shot this twice now. Now I'm going to shoot it a third time and turn it into a movie? Yes, of course. At this time, Rick was in my life. So Rick and I were able to take all the old footage, redigitize it, recut it, and write a wraparound story and add new music that we wrote together. And it worked. If I had to do it over again, I would have liked it to be a little bit more methodical than the way it had to come together. But the fact that it did is another miracle. It really came together. We figured out ways to tie the new story with the old story. We made it happen. So we used a version of one of our songs, Spark of Light, which you'll see in the movie, and we used the 12 Powers song, which we've sung before about the 12 Powers, but we call it in Lily's Light the Colors song. And we talk about it as being the light from the beacon of the lighthouse, because the lighthouse is the symbol for creation, for God. And so the light we have one of the kids in it say, the light has 12 colors. And we sing about the 12 powers in Lily's. We got the kids' first Best Award for a quality family entertainment, which really meant a lot. Have a cute little thing for that. A trophy. And we got the Dove Seal of Approval, which was so special because that's from the major Christian organization that has to approve for families. And they got it. They got it. They got the hope. They got the love. They got what we were teaching and what it was all about. And the review they wrote is online, and it just makes me cry when I read it. This was a divine idea and journey that allowed me to put into practice our fifth unity principle, which is walking our talk. I got to do that. I got so much out of this. And when I think of a lighthouse, for me, it represents the presence of God, the steady source of illumination that is never ending. We may at times feel like that ship at sea, but we can always turn within and find the light. That's what that lighthouse represents. And we can anchor ourselves to the consciousness of ever-expanding good at any time and continue unfolding a consciousness of truth and oneness with God. So when we make sincere thoughts to ask Spirit the deeper questions in our hearts, we are in fact seeking the kingdom. That's one of the ways we seek the kingdom. This came to me in writing this talk. And seeking the kingdom, centering ourselves in the presence, and our consciousness changes in these amazing ways when we do that. In the words of Charles Fillmore, seeking the kingdom of God changes our whole mental viewpoint. We find ourselves right in the presence of creative mind, and seeking to co-create with this mind, we receive spiritual inspiration and are guided in even the most minute details of life. even the little ones. I know this to be true. Just the silly questions I would ask, I would get guidance on. In Matthew and again in Luke, Jesus spoke of the lilies of the field. It's my favorite Bible verse. How they grow, how they toil not. He also said, seek ye first the kingdom, and all these things shall be added unto you. Maybe because my first name's Lily, this is really my favorite verse. And when I go to Unity Village, I always find it around the tower, and I take a picture or I sit and meditate on that bench. So here's what I want to leave you with today. Next slide, Summy. Number 1, ask Spirit the questions on your heart. We must ask. Ask and it is given. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks it will be opened. Matthew 7:7-8. Number 2, hold your vision and make room for a shift. I've learned that when it appears to be rocky, you're probably right on the verge of opening up. Something's birthing in you, and you haven't gotten your sea legs yet. Just let it birth, and sometimes birth pangs are painful. Just breathe and allow it. It's not a bad thing. Don't be afraid of those changes and those shifts. Sometimes something has to really be released in us for the new to come in. It's just like your closet when it's all cluttered and messy. You want to buy a whole new wardrobe of clothes? Clean your closet out. Let it go. Make room and make space for all of that. And then last but not least, as we talked about last week, what would you allow yourself to do if you felt most secure? That was Meister Eckhart. I want you to think about that again this week. And I cannot wait to see what is birthing in all of you and what you're going to get up to as we empower each other to create our heaven on earth. And I will see you all at the movies, right? Thank you. Blessings. Oh, I'm going to sing with you. I forgot.
It's too high for me.
This one was too high for Rick.
How's this go?
And I started to sing it last week, and Valerie said, I want to hear that song. So here we go. Because it was perfect.
Is that the lick?
Thank you, Jana.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
What would I do if I knew that I could not fade? If I believed, would the wind always fill up my sail? How far would I go? What would I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where true believers dare to tread. Never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave?
If you know it, sing it.
What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What if we're all meant to do what we secretly dream? That's the trick. What would you ask if you knew you could have anything? Like the mighty oak tree sleeps in the heart of the seed, there's a miracle in you and me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where true believers dare to tread and never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave?
Thank you for being brave enough to play that.
Hello. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for your message, Reverend Sherry, and for the beautiful music. Imagine what we can do if we really have that vision. So I'm Lisa. I'm your board member of the day, and here is our mission, if you'll please read it with me. Unity of the Oaks is a loving, accepting, and heart-centered spiritual community here to be love in action, to encourage personal growth, awaken spiritual curiosity, and transform lives. If you would like to bless us with a love offering, we have several ways for you to give. In the seat in front of you are envelopes for cash or check. Make sure to include your name if you'd like a record of your donation. You'll also find our text to give information. At any time, you can visit our website to give. If you've given electronically, please bless the basket, then pass it along. Now, let's take a moment to focus our attention on our giving heart as we feel the abundance of receiving. We visualize the mission statement coming to life. Now, please join me in the love offering blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I trust God. Now, before I ask Lana to come up, there's a couple of other announcements that didn't get in the announcements. So I would just like to say that Lily's Light is this Thursday, as we've heard, and what we would like to offer as a service outreach ministry are rides. So if you would like a ride, please contact me through Lisa at unityoftheoaks.org, and we will get you assigned with somebody so that you can go, as well as under the radar for Harold Payne's event on May 18th. So either one of those, you can catch a ride with somebody, okay? Yes. Oh, thank you, group. Thank you, everybody who's doing this. This is a great time to celebrate. And there's one other celebration coming up, as we all know. Reverend Sherry's ordination is coming up on May 19th. Yeah. Yes. Great. And we would like to celebrate in a special way to honor you, to give our love to you. So as a community, as a congregation, if you would please note that we're going to have a potluck that day. Right after church service, we'll have a potluck. Right in the back over here will be one happy big family in the back. And there's a sign-up sheet at the very back table under the mirror. You can go through, see what you would like to bring. Please write down your description of the food you'd like to bring, okay? So we all have a knowledge of what it will be. And that's it for me. So now I'd like to ask Lana to come up and tell us more announcements. Thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. It's been a pretty busy week. As Lisa said, we are very excited that in honor of National Foster Care Month, we are screening Rev Sherry and Rick Cowling's family musical Lily's Light, the movie, at Simi Valley Studio Movie Grill on Thursday, May 9th at 6:30 p.m. A love offering of $15 is suggested, but all are welcome to attend. We do need to know how many, so please sign up in the back or on Breeze, which is that code right there, QR code. Remember, if you haven't bought your ticket to attend Harold Payne's one-man show on Monday 18th at CSL in Simi Valley, please do so. When you buy tickets through the link on Breeze in our newsletter, it will ask you what spiritual community you are from, and you can put Unity of the Oaks in the box. There is also a flyer in the back that makes it easy with the QR code. Teen Talk is happening today after service. Grab some food from hospitality and join us. This information can always be found in the email newsletter we send out each week, so make sure you are signed up. And now, Rev Sherry.
She's good at that, isn't she? I also wanted to say, well, my first thank you, actually. Hey, I wrote them down somewhere. Hold on. Here they are. It's to Jack Lee, because we had so much fun last Wednesday night at our meditation night. We just howled. We did singing bowls and we chanted and we just changed it up. So I don't know what we're going to do this Wednesday, but he's going to be back with us. So please come on Wednesday at 7. We'd love to have you here. It's just an intimate, special night for meditation. I also want to thank Tommy DeGagne. Woohoo! I listened to our video, you guys, online, and I mean, I was in tears. It was so good, and the sound was so good. It's a really difficult thing to do, and he is acing it. So that is really, really, really exciting for us. Another shout out to Candace for taking some videos and posting on Instagram. We've had some really great social media this week. Thank you. And a shout out to Layla. She's in the back, for her editing, her professional editing of everything. She's working so hard and learning so many skills to do this amazing content from our Sunday services. Also, Rick and Renee were here again this week setting up new cameras. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Renee. Thank you for watching. We so appreciate you. We have an amazing team. And don't forget, we're going to the movies, you know that. We're also looking for a couple of volunteers. We could use an ambassador. I know Donna's not here today, but you could speak to Nicole if that's something you feel called to do. We also know that Yvette, one of our teachers, is heading out of town for a few months. And even though Jaylene's stepping up to a little bit more responsibility in teaching, we could always use another volunteer to help our youth. So if that's something that interests you, please talk to me. And we're going to do a tea party, Jane, in June. We are going to do that tea party. So we're going to need a committee to head that up. So talk to Jane about that. Probably at the end of June, we'll do our tea party. So that's it. After we listen to our prayer announcement, we will have some goodies. One more thing. It's birthday Sunday. Thank you, Summer. Thank you. It's birthday Sunday. Oh, my gosh. And today, Susan, happy birthday. Susan Hart, it's your birthday. I know she's watching.
She's watching.
Julian, it's your birthday. Jordan, it's your birthday. Jackie, I hope you're watching too. Gail, it's your birthday coming up. Judy Fergus, happy birthday. Reverend Sherry, happy birthday. And Maria Miller, happy birthday. Do you want to sing a quick little happy birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Hey, birthdays. Happy birthday to you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay. See you guys.
Oh, yes, yeah.
We're going to sing our peace song
Sing
and
the
our
peace
prayer
song,
for
everybody.
protection.
Come on up. I don't mean up here on the stage.
Hi, sweetness.
All right, here we go. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be with God as Creator. Family, all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, this begins with me. Let this be the moment now. light of God surrounds us, we are the light. The love of God enfolds us, we are the love. The power of God protects us, we are the power. The presence of God watches over us, we are that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Oh, God is good, good in everyone. Turn into wine. Prayer and meditation make it easy to please, but you gotta walk the talk to make it real. But you gotta walk the talk to make it real.